We have got even more new footage from Jurassic World Rebirth from a brand new TV spot which reveals an extended look at some iconic scenes from the movie as well as brand new terrifying scenes. This movie truly looks like an adrenaline rush, full of dinosaur action and high stakes scenarios. We get a much more detailed look at the new Quetzalcoatlus as well as more from the family, the Delgados, and more of the freaky looking winged Mutadons. The press tour has also begun. Jurassic World Rebirth's global press junket kicks into high gear in Mexico, so let's get into it. First things first, spoilers ahead. If you're avoiding spoilers for Rebirth, or if you're in the camp that believes you've seen enough, then brother, please avoid this video. The new TV spot does indeed reveal a lot more about the movie, and we see more extended scenes from scenes we've seen in the trailers, as well as a bunch of new shots. So again, if you believe you have seen enough from those two trailers, then best to avoid this one. Skip ahead to the CCXP Press Junket, the timings for that are in the description. I also just want to thank you all for the feedback and love on our latest videos. It means a lot, so thank you for the comments and likes. Alright, let's check out this new TV spot.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
We're not gonna let you get hurt, okay?
Let's go!
Jurassic World, rated PG-13, in theaters July 2nd.
The TV spot opens with Duncan Kincaid's "No One's Dumb Enough to Go Where We're Going," with the establishing shots of the Van Dyke's bar. Supposedly, this bar is owned and operated by Duncan himself. The location is based in Suriname, a country on the northeast coast of South America. It's believed that this is where Zora's team sets off from, heading towards the Caribbean. This new island is believed to be somewhere in the Caribbean, hopefully not near Little St. James. Thank you, Anthony, for these pictures. Anyway, we continue on. We get an establishing shot of the temple, which is built into the side of a cliff face, and we see Leclerc, played by Bachir Sylvain, who is hanging on the side of this cliff. As many predicted, the Quetzalcoatlus does indeed attack him. Duncan and co are above. They try to pull him back up as the vicious giant bird
Shut up, bird!
pecks at him before arriving at the top of the cliff and facing the team. We then see the Delgados and Xavier hiding in the tunnel. There is a shot from the first trailer where we see Zora Bennett firing her handgun, and in the far left you can make out what appears to be people crouching. Those people are indeed the family, and we get an extended look at this whole sequence in this TV spot. The location appears to be connected to the lab, but it also looks visually like part of a geothermal plant. As we know from the gas station set, the island does indeed run on geothermal power. The low ceiling tunnels and exposed piping is incredibly alien in design. It's going to be a great location. It's tight, it's claustrophobic, it's full of winged Mutadons. Apparently, we see the winged Mutadon hanging down from an opening in the ceiling. It roars at Teresa Delgado. In the first trailer, we see Teresa alone facing the waking T-Rex. I have a feeling this Mutadon forces her outside of the tunnel, potentially alone until the rest of her family are able to join her. We then see Zora Bennett on the dock. We know this scene features the Distortus Rex. Zora is at the controls for this entranceway. We see Duncan on the other side. He's with the Mutadon trying to get to the good side while Zora shuts the door. He of course makes it through as the Mutadon smashes against it. We are then out at sea, the Mosasaurus scene. Duncan screams, "Let's go," and we see a bit of that sequence before the TV spot ends. It's a fun TV spot for sure. Unfortunately, I think at this point, people were pretty content with trailer 1 and trailer 2. The two trailers showed us enough of the movie, and this is, of course, quite inevitable. TV spots tend to show more, and the marketing will only continue until the movie is finally released on July 2nd. Remember, Universal need to get as many people in cinemas as possible for this one. The TV spots will continue. But hey, the movie looks fun. I know there's a lot of debate about the inclusion of the winged Mutadons, and I get it. I agree, it probably is unnecessary, the Distortus being enough. However, we are on a new island, supposedly full of InGen's mysterious and sometimes failed experiments. It's logical that we would see more than just one. But whatever the case, context matters. How it's utilized matters. We all want to see dinosaurs depicted as animals again, and while the Jurassic World era definitely took us away from that and introduced many more of the monster movie cliches, hopefully Rebirth is swinging us back to what we all want to see. Hopefully these winged mutadons aren't just bloodthirsty monsters. What did you think of the new TV spot? Share your thoughts below. Alright, CCXP, legendary producer Frank Marshall announced that the Rebirth Press Junket has begun. Today, the Jurassic World Rebirth Global Press Junket begins in Mexico City. First point of call, CCXP. They really do go all out at CCXP. Director Gareth Edwards stands proudly with his cast, the stars of Rebirth on stage. Scarlett arrived in a Rebirth branded vehicle, paratroopers dropped down onto stage, and speaking of vehicles, check out this bus, Gus.
Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much.
By all accounts, the event was great, and I want to thank Emmy on Twitter for sharing some of the coverage live from the event. Make sure you give them a follow. Jurassic World Renaissance, the setup here looks great. We've got the temple, we've got the Quetzalcoatlus, we've got dinosaur eggs, well, flying reptile eggs, I do apologize. There was a small poster given to attendees which features the Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, and the Quetz up there. There's also the Aqualops at the bottom. Loving the colors here, the deep green and the orange sky. Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff. Not my words, Michael. The words of Shakin' Stevens.
By all accounts, there was a lot of talking, a Q&A, and they showed some exclusive Rebirth footage which Emmy was kind enough to detail. Spoiler warning, of course. Footage starts with Zora, Loomis, Krebs, and Duncan tracking the Mosasaurus. The Delgado family, Dad, and the little girl are already with them. The line from the trailer where Loomis says, "He found us," happens here. Spinosaurs appear, Zora asks, "What are those?" And we see the scenes with the Spinosaurus and the Mosasaurus swimming together and having a symbiotic relationship. They literally call it a mutualism and a symbiotic relationship in the film. Spinosaurs attack while Mosa tries to capsize the boat. Spinosaurus jumps and grabs one mercenary, I think his name was Bobby, I can't remember, by his arm while the Delgado girl watches as he tries to fight for his life, unsuccessfully getting dragged out of the ship. The scene is not bloody or explicit, but seeing the little girl literally watch a man being eaten alive was quite surprising and makes it more gruesome. Spino tries to eat the little girl, but the dad, Ruben Delgado, barely grabs her, getting injured in his leg in the process. Meanwhile, Zora is almost falling off of the boat. We also see this scene in the trailer. Due to the Mosasaurus trying to capsize it, she tries to shoot the Mosasaurus, unsuccessfully. Mosa jumps out of the water and pushes the boat to a rock formation nearby. Zora and Loomis try to not get hit by the rocks, and then the footage ends. Footage is probably very chopped down or weirdly edited, since I don't recall seeing what the other Spinos were up to, nor where Martin, Krebs, and Duncan are during all of this. Visually looks good, and it leans more into being suspenseful rather than an action scene. Spinos look really good in motion, especially up close, and seems they did get a little bit of a rework. Mosa looks like it does in the trailer, and we didn't really see new footage of it. It wasn't that much new footage in general, but that Spino kill was cool and worth it. So there we go, it appears one of the mercenaries does indeed die at the jaws of a Spino, potentially Ed Skrein's character, although Emmy believes that it wasn't him. The cast list for Rebirth isn't full, remember it's not complete. We don't yet know who plays any of the scientists in those opening scenes, so even though we haven't seen more mercenaries, that doesn't mean that there aren't more bodies purely there to die. Huge thanks to Emmy for the pictures and info from this event. Okay, before I go, I advise you to completely ignore this disgusting ASMR video. I seriously can't understand how people can listen to this. But you know what you should not ignore? Jurassic June. Happy Jurassic June to those who celebrate a month of Jurassic celebrations originally established by Nate Farrow.
Jurassic Park.
Fans have truly adopted this month, and it's great to see. What are you going to be doing this month? Waiting for Rebirth, of course, but will you be watching all of the movies, playing some of the games? Tell me now in the comments. Right now, go tell me. One more thing, Iron Studios have unveiled one of their new Rebirth statues. This one features the T-Rex facing off against the river raft. An iconic scene, no doubt a piece that will be sat on Steven Spielberg's and David Koepp's own personal desks. Their scene finally realized this summer. It's a great piece. I've got to say, growing up, these were the type of statues that I always wanted to see. Highly detailed, incredibly accurate to their on-screen counterparts, great scenes from the movies depicted in statue form. Iron Studios have done truly wonderful work over the years, and their upcoming Rebirth line is going to be something else. That's it from me. Happy Jurassic June. Like this video if you like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you're not already. Now get the hell out of here. Thank you for watching.